The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the December 9th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I will go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, that is that during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question, and in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got all the indices trading lower with the exception of the Dow Transports, which is up 32 points. The Dow is off 77, the S&P 17, the NASDAQ off 140, the Russell is down 5. So what does that all mean out there? Gold is off 31 bucks, silver down 63 pence. Light sweet crude is up 9 pennies, and Treasury bonds off nearly 1 full point. They're trading out at 172.06. So what does that mean? What are the markets doing? So if we take a look at each of the 30-minute equity future contracts out here, you've got the ES Mini at the top, the NQ Brett below that, the YM, the Dow, the Russell 2000 below that. Each of these formed Rhodes Momentum Indicator topping patterns at various times here, but those have identified the tops so far. Now the question is, are we going to see a change in trend? So if we take a look at a 30-minute time frame, that's kind of the shortest term time frame that I would use to make that assessment. What we're looking for, what we're trying to understand, is our key levels of support being broken. Now, key level out here that I'm referring to are the TD9 breakout areas. The TD9 breakout area for the ES Mini is 36.72.75. We're in bar number 7 as we speak right now. We can see that 3 bars ago, 3 bars ago, the oscillator and change line changed colors, went from green to red. That tells us of an impending test of that line at some point in time over the coming sessions. Now, the coming sessions could be 3 or 4 bars. It could be 10 bars out here. But right now, price is not inside the ES Mini broken its key level of support. That's the TD9 breakout area. That's where price would normally pull back to, where you'd be looking to be a buyer. That would be at 36.72.75. If price closes below that, well, then we'd look at the next level of support on that time frame, or step it up to, let's say, a 60-minute time frame chart. In the case of the NQ, it has busted through its first key level of support. So that's 12.557. Down below that. If we take a look at the Dow is targeting 29,933 on its move lower. Right now, it's got support at the bottom of its daily profile, which is at 30,076. So a close below 30,076 will be your signal that price is getting ready to move back to 29,933. Not a moment before that. If you take a look at the Russell 2000, strong like bull. Right now, what it's testing is its bullish breakout level, and that's at 1912 even Steven. And if price closes below that, we could be looking at a move down to 1879. That would be its next level below. So what we have going on, The 30-minute time frame charts, everything that we're seeing take place inside the market right now is all normal. It's all natural. You got that nice topping signal. Typically, that sends price back to support areas, and the key level of support being those breakout areas. Those are the levels to be watching. Obviously, in the NQ, price is trading below that. So let's go figure out where's the next NQ level that you and I are going to be watching. Great question. Let me go ahead and switch over to the another set of charts out here. And the answer is going to be its daily oscillator and change line. So what we have inside the NQ, what we have inside the NDX 100 are TD9 count tops. Now, if price is able to close above yesterday's highs, that would be a signal that it's off to the races to the upside. We don't have that as of 1:11 in the afternoon. We could by 4 p.m., but we don't have that right now. Inside the NQ, if we take a look at its chart, price is also testing a key level of support. That key level of support is its daily oscillator and change line. What you see here are really two topping patterns. You see wave number 7, that is letter G. That's part of the Chapman wave, but it's not the Chapman wave. You've got to go to Basil's workshops in order to truly understand his tools and techniques. I here am just looking at wave number 7, letter G, the 7th inning stretch, oftentimes where you see a change in trend. So we've got that signal on a daily basis. You've got the TD9 count top that formed yesterday. Again, as long as price doesn't close above yesterday's high, then that's an important topping signal. Now, in order to get a change in trend, the potential for a change in trend, we need to see its key level of support busted, close below. And you can see price right now is sitting right on it. Right on it. So if price, that's at 12,491. So if there's a close below 12,491, that's going to be your signal. Okay, we're ready for some type of retracement. Retracement to where? Well, retracement here would be back to the top of the consolidation pattern. That's not really that much lower. And really the level I'd be looking at out here, it's almost lining up with the oscillator and change line right now, 12,455. Yeah, it doesn't line up with it. 12,445. 12,445 would be the number. And below that, then we're looking at the market profile areas, 12,262, all the way down to 11,872. But right now, the NQ is giving us it's really a neutral signal right now. Topping pattern, absolutely, but price must close below that oscillator and change line. So you're going to want to watch that for the rest of the year. Most certainly, you're going to want to watch that at the end of today's trading session. Don't know why my cursor is going bonkers, but bonkers it is. Now let's go take a look at some of the other instruments and get a feel for what they're doing. So we've taken a look at the ES, we've taken a look at the NQ. Let's go take a look at Goldilocks out here. Gold is back by $32 right now. As we take a look at gold, so we saw a little bit of a bounce this morning. Why do we see that bounce? Well, because what gold did was it created that Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. At its high out here in the 1880 level at about 10 o'clock in the morning, this was yesterday, that generated Rhodes momentum indicator top pattern. Now, here's what we know. We have that nice bottoming signal that came in this morning, that confirmed by 11 o'clock, but price ran right into that oscillator and change line. When it's red and you close below it, it's not a good sign. What's not a good sign mean? It means it's bearish. It means you have a falling price oscillator below zero. That is one of the more bearish patterns that you could have. So where is it that gold is likely headed to? It's going to be that little red dash line that is representing the daily oscillator and change line level. That's at 1833. If you see gold close below 1833, be careful. It's off to the races to the downside. Now we'll go back and take a look at other daily or weekly charts and figure out where those races to the downside are. You don't have that just yet. There's a possibility. Right now, if gold doesn't take out the low of the day, you can see a nice little rally from here. But if it takes out that low, if it takes out that Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, 1833 is likely just your first stop to the downside. Remember, U.S. dollar index bottomed a few days ago, folks. So we'll go take a look at that and see if it's above its oscillator and change line. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has just launched our Tiger Dollar Holiday Sale. For a limited time, we've doubled all the Tiger Dollar bonuses, where you can now get up to a 20, 30, or even a 40% bonus on your Tiger Dollar purchase. Tiger Dollars are good for all TFNN newsletters, webinars, and services and never expire. Whether you're a current subscriber or just thinking of signing up for any TFNN products in the future, this is a great time to get your Tiger Dollars. Happy holidays from all of us at TFNN.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up off 87. S&P is down 19 points. A couple of questions that we want to go ahead and get to. One in the Tiger's Den from Peak D wants to take a look at Energy Fuels Inc. That ticker symbol out here, UU. Trading right now at 257. That's above the top of its daily, its weekly, and its monthly profile. Support out here would be at about 219. That is the top of the monthly profile. But let's go take a look at the chart, see if there's any other areas where price might be headed to, where it might find support before it gets to 219. And the answer, my friend, is blowing it on Stevie's chart. And that number is 242. So I don't have really a topping pattern per se. There's an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. That looks like this, but we don't have a bearish reversal candle. And so without a bearish reversal candle, Stevie is very hesitant to call some kind of a top out here. So this has made the 1 to 2.618 A to B equals CD. So peak, it makes sense that it's going to go ahead and pull back. And the real key will be, what does it do as it gets to that oscillator and change line? That 242 area right now, that's going to change by a penny or two on a pullback. If that holds, that's good. That's normal. And if price doesn't hold that level, then that tells us about price moving back into those profiles. Now, perhaps there will be a new profile that forms in the daily time frame, but we don't have that just yet. So watch 242. That will be your first signal as to what Energy Fuels Inc.'s intention is from its share price. So thanks for writing in. We had a request yesterday that came in kind of late from, I believe it was Joe, wanted to take a look at PLTR, which is Planeter, not to be confused with plantar fasciitis. And if you ever had that, you don't want it. It took me about a year or a little over a year and I had it on both feet. And I'm an athlete. I am out walking the golf courses. I'm out running, biking, rowing, just walking, right? But anyways, it's a nasty. And anyway, let's get back on track here, because that's not what we're talking about, is plantar fasciitis. But we're talking about Planeteer Technology. Now, this is just a recent IPO. So we have such a limited amount of data out here. And I do mean limited amount of data. But here's what we know. Planeteer, is right now testing a key level of support. And that is its oscillator and change line. And that's printing. It's printing right now at 26.67, and the close below 26.89 today is going to suggest, Joe, that price is going to pull back further. Now, your first target to further is the swing point from December 3rd, and that gives you the range of 21.15 to 23.40. Anything below 21.51, price will be pulling back to where it had broken out, and this at 17.54. There's just not enough data on a weekly or a monthly to give us any other kind of information or signal. So thanks for waiting an extra day for that, but that's what we see when we take a look at Planeteer. Watch that close. If it is below that oscillator and change line, that is suggesting lower price. We had a request out here as well from Dan F. And Dan says, I'd like an entry into LAC, Lithium Americas Corp. Love the show. Thank you for loving the show out here. Let's go take a look at LAC. See where it's trading. In relationship to its daily profile, it's consolidating with inside it. That means you've got support at 964, resistance at the 1172 area. Well, you've got an even larger consolidation in the bearish structured weekly profile. That gives you a range of 737 to 1590. And you've got a consolidation in between the monthly profile. That gives you a range of 822 to 1405. So, Dano, you can see, really, we got a nice big old consolidation, fat and juicy consolidation going on all over the place. But what does that mean on the daily time frame? Let's go see what we can see out here pattern-wise. So when this formed its top, nice little Rhodes momentum indicator signal, where price is likely headed to, Dan, is 941. 941 is the TD9 breakout level. We've seen price pull back to that area 4 different times, and each time it is held. There was one exception. That exception was the trading day of October 29th. That was a one-hit wonder. Remember, we never allow one day above resistance, below support, to tell us that there's been a change in trend, a breakout or a breakdown. No. You've got to have 2 consecutive closes. Otherwise, it's just a one-hit wonder, and that's what it's been so far inside of LAC. So, Dano, watch the 941 area. Now, if you're looking to get in, that would be an area to take a look at. If price closed below that, immediately exit that position out there, because what you could be seeing is an A to B equals CD to the downside. So you may not love lithium as much as you think you do. Now, we're not there yet. It's not there yet. If it did close below that one day that was underneath the TD9 breakout level, that's at 923. If you see it close below 923, you're going to be able to pick this up at around 476 to 265. So be careful out here. Watch that 941. Thanks for listening to the show. And best of luck to you with the LAC, and thanks so much for writing in. We've got no other requests out here at this moment in time, so let's continue to take a look at some of the other instruments out here. Let's go take a look at let's go take a look at Treasury bonds. You want to look at Treasury bonds? Oh, the dollar. I mentioned the dollar. Hello, Steve-O. Wake up. Okay. So I did say the dollar. Now we'll get back to it. I know somebody was just saying to themselves, hey, Steve-O, well, you went to that break and you said we're going to take a look at the U.S. dollar index. We're going to see if it's trading above the oscillator unchanged line. And lo and behold, as of 1:24 in the afternoon, is that right? Is this thing feeding properly? Let me make sure here, because I've had a slight problem with. Let me just make sure here. Just want to make sure. And I know we're rolling over here shortly. Whoops, Z20. But let me just keep this to. No, we're not. So that's not right. Okay, now it's back. Okay, good. Sorry about that, folks. So what we're going to see here, you got the U.S. dollar index trading out at 91.15, and I've got a 10-minute delay. But what you're going to see is price is indeed right now above Stevie's red line. Now, that's really important. You can see the TD9 count bottom. You can see wave number 7, that's letter G bottom. So 2 beautiful bottoming patterns, as we discussed yesterday. On top of that, you then got a bullish structured daily profile. And as you and I know, once price closes above the center of that bullish structured profile, that tells us about a move to the top of the profile. And that's at 91.65. Now, we don't know if price is going to close above the center of that profile and Stevie's red line today or not. But if it does, you need to anticipate, whoever you are, the Utes out there, you need to anticipate a move to 91.65. But don't stop there. We've got more. We've got more. What do you mean we've got more? Really, price is likely targeting 92.55. What's this likely stuff? Like, it's likely. If price first has to clear 91.65. And if it closes above Stevie's red line out there, that's the message. So be careful in that gold and silver marketplace out there. Be careful. U.S. dollar index says, I like the bottom. That just formed out there. Not only did you get that, you've got a nice A to B equals CD pattern. That was the third bottoming signal inside the U.S. dollar index. So that is its message to you and I. Let's take a look at Treasury bonds out here. Let's try to get a feel for what they're doing. Platinum, if you're wondering, just to keep it in the metals marketplace. Now, I have to remember that we've got to come back and look at bonds out here. But if you take a look at platinum, this formed a nice TD9 count top. Price right now testing its key level of support. That is Stevie's green line. To close below that, you're looking at 962, 977, or even 925. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, BAM! As well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow's down 137. S&P is off 27. We're going to go out to Michigan and speak with Gary. Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Okay, great, Steve. How about you?
Very well. Thanks so much for asking. Starting to warm up. We got down into the low 40s. That's not good for Stevie's blood. Wakes me up.
We got that in Chicago, where I'm at right now. It's about 45, 50. So sunny and beautiful.
But you deserve that for being in Chicago. We don't deserve that being down here south of Lake Okeechobee. But that's okay. You want to take a look at First Majestic Silver. The ticker symbol there is AG, trading out right now at $10.97. How can I best help you?
Well, I'm just looking for some numbers, and you're talking about the gold and silver, although I don't know if you did a deep dive on it, but I know you want to get the bonds, and I want you there too, okay. So I won't let you forget it. But the point is I kind of wanted maybe a little deeper dive on the gold and the silver, but AG in particular, I've got quite a position on it, and some options coming due here shortly, and I need to make some decisions. So.
Okay, so AG is best represented as far as what is it doing by taking a look at its weekly time frame chart. And here what we can see, and it's really clear, is beginning the week of September 21st, price broke right back inside its weekly profile. And in essence, Gary, ever since then, so it takes us back to September, nearly 3 months ago, 1147 has been your key level of resistance. There was 1 week, where there's a slight close above it. But that was it, because price got right back inside it. Now, in this case here, it's trading into a bullish structured weekly profile. And remember, at the center of that profile, which in this case here is closer to the bottom at 961, you have both buyers and sellers that believe there's fair value in the range. The range is 899 to 1147. So the consolidation area here is between 961 and 1147. It's tested and it's rejected the top of that consolidation. So that would suggest that price would move back to that 961 area. Doesn't have to, but you at least now have the test and rejection of that resistance area. So you kind of have to go from there. If you were in the stock and not dealing with options, you'd probably just stick around because nothing has been broken per se out here. With regard to the options or call options you've got, I think you've got to anticipate this could pull back to 961 or 1050 at least. But I'd go with the 961 area on AG. If I look at the daily time frame chart out here, where would be the last level of support before you would get down there? Great question. I knew you were going to ask that. And it's 1087. And 1087 is Stevie's green line. So what we can see here is about 4 days ago, that oscillator and change line changed from red to green. And typically when that happens, that sets off this phenomena of price and that line testing each other. Now, First Majestic would have a bullish test if price tests it and rejects it, meaning it bounces off of it to higher price. So watch 1087, Gary. If you see a close below 1087, that's the signal that price is very likely to head back to that center of its weekly profile in that 961 area. So any questions about that analysis or what we just looked at there? Anything on the charts that I can assist you with?
No, that's great. It just gives me the warning. I'm in some options in January that are in the 11, 10, and 12 range, so I've got to make some decisions. So if it can't get above that, I've got to get out of those 12s sooner than later.
Understood.
So,
Understood.
How about silver in general? I mean, is there some key numbers on that you're seeing at this moment?
Sure. So silver, if we take a look at silver, do a couple of different things out here. First, what silver did yesterday, Gary, was it ran right into resistance, which was a descending trend line out there. No topping signal, but ran really right into resistance. And so we'll pull over this chart. You'll see it is very clear as day out here. And now what price is doing, so you see the red diagonal line, there's your resistance level. Price hits it, rejects it. And now price is testing its oscillator and change line, 2397. Seems like everything right now is testing key level of support. If silver is to close below 2397 today, odds favor move back to that 21.93 area. And a close below that, that's going to get us to 1980, 1814, 1813, somewhere right around those levels. So watch 23.97 today. Now, with regard to silver, if I look at the short-term time frame chart, because that's really what we want to go to next, because you have price sitting at support, and the question is, on a daily basis, on a short-term time frame, is there some kind of bottoming signal? Another great question. Well, as we take a look at this as it gets updated, we can see that price is moving lower, doing less relative energy, but no bullish reversal candle. Price is below the oscillator and change line. What this is really signaling to you and I, Gary, is very likely silver wants to trade down to 23.70 before it may find a bottom out there. So 23.70 would be an area that I would watch. If you see it close below that, that's not a good sign for silver, as it will have broken two breakout areas. And that's what I see when I take a look at that chart. So any questions there?
Nope. Awesome job, and as always. And I can let you get back to the bonds. I've got some calls on TLT, so I'm anxious to hear what you got to say on that great. Too. So be well and be safe. Okay, my friend?
Sounds great. You bet. Thanks for the call. That was Gary in Michigan, but he's really in Chicago. So let's go take a look at the 30-year Treasury. Now, we're looking at the March 2021 contract out here. Geez, I don't know if that's updating either. Give me a second here to move over to, can I do that? I can. Okay, beautiful thing. For some reason, my other chart doesn't appear to be updating, or other sets of charts out there, so I can't really fix that until after the show. Right now, Gary, so we're talking about the oscillator and change line. Boy, we've been talking about it for just about everything, but it's really coming into play today. So what we're looking for, price, the 30-year Treasury, you've got call options. Right now, if price can hold, I'm going to say 172.15. If price can hold 172.15, this still could head higher. So here's what we've got. We've got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom signal. We have a lower high, that little piercing candle from a couple of days ago. Price gets over the oscillator and change line. Today was a test of that level. As long as it can hold this would suggest price could head higher. Now, head higher would get you back in the 175-ish area. It's prior swing points. And that's what I would think that you would be looking at. Whereas, if price closes below the oscillator and change line, it's red. That means we have a falling price oscillator below zero. Then that's looking at getting back to the prior lows from just a few days ago, or maybe all the way back to that November 11th time frame. But just like we did when we were taking a look at the at silver, let's pull up a 30-minute chart here. And let's go ahead and put in the March contract and just see, because price testing an oscillator and change line is the 30-minute time frame chart for Treasury bonds. Is it generating any kind of a bottom signal? And I don't know the answer to that. We're waiting for the screen to populate. Once it populates, it's going to tell us that. It's going to give us that information. Now, you can see the TD9 count top out here. It looks like yesterday at about noon or so, when that formed that nice little top. Price pushed its way back to support. Support here was 172.11. Now, for those of you that are Chapman Wave aficionados that love going to a baseball game and singing during the seventh inning stretch, I will not sing for you. Not that I couldn't, but I won't. But this formed with wave number 7, bottom with wave number 7 on that short-term time frame. So this is suggesting, okay, it wants to move to higher ground. That's the message, Gary. Treasury bonds for the 30-minute and the daily.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has just launched our Tiger Dollar Holiday Sale. For a limited time, we've doubled all the Tiger Dollar bonuses, where you can now get up to a 20, 30, or even a 40% bonus on your Tiger Dollar purchase. Tiger Dollars are good for all TFNN newsletters, webinars, and services, and never expire. Whether you're a current subscriber or just thinking of signing up for any TFNN products in the future, this is a great time to get your Tiger Dollars. Happy holidays from all of us at TFNN.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. One of our donors wants to take a look at WC Energy Group. That is ticker symbol is WEC. And as we take a look at it, the question is, let me see, I think this is a buy, sell, or hold question. So here we take a look at its profiles. Here's what we know. Price is trading below the bottom of its bullish structure daily profile. Never good. Below the bottom of its weekly profile. Not great. And above the top of its monthly profile. Now, this suggests that price could be pulling back to test the 8904 area. That's the top of that monthly profile. But we've got more. I believe we've got more. Let's go take a look at it. So is this a buy? Is this a sell? Or is this a hold? It is not a sell. If you've written this down from 107 to 92, it is not a sell. Now, why would Steve-O say it's not a sell? It's a great question. And the reason I would say that is today is going to be bar number 9 of a TD9 count. That says that WEC could be forming a bottom today or tomorrow. Or it may not at all. But we've got the pattern that is associated with tops and bottoms. In this case here, we're looking at bottoms. Now, that doesn't mean that price won't pull all the way back to its breakout level, which is 90.87. Is it a buy just yet? It's not. But Peak, when we take a look at how this is trading, notice how the oscillator and change line did change from green to red about a dozen sessions ago, 10, 12 sessions ago. Price and that line are going to catch up to each other. So it could just be a counter trend rally. And that counter trend rally should begin maybe tomorrow, maybe it's on be Thursday, on Friday out there. Is it a buy? I'd have to really see how tomorrow's candle trades out there. And the better buy, it really depends on your time frame, would be if, in fact, you get the bottoming signal. That's the TD9 count. You're going to get that today, or peers are going to get that today. And then if price can close above that oscillator and change line, then you're off to the races. Then you've at least gotten past traffic. It's like driving down the expressway, knowing that you're coming up to a traffic area, and you can't wait to get past that traffic area because what do you do? I apologize. Not what do you do? What does Stevie do? That's right. Gets in the left lane and floors it. That's what cars are for. My speedometer goes up pretty high. You got to test that out. You got to get rid of the carbon, right? You got to get rid of the carbon out of that car. Push it off into the air. Yeah. Okay. So buy, sell, or hold. It is not a sell. I would hold it. and it is a buy. I've got to wait for the next couple of days out there, but it is very potentially very close to a buy. So I hope that helps you out with regard to WEC. What else do we want to take a look at? Well, I tell you what we want to look at. We want to see if we've got any other requests, and we do. We've got one from Jerry Gerardo. I like it. And can we please take a look at the SMH? So we will, and we can. That is the ETF for the semiconductor space. So let's go take a look at it. It is trading right now at 214.53. It's above the top of the daily, above the top of the weekly, above the top of the monthly. So it's above all kinds of resistance areas out there. However, and I did say however, what other pattern do we have out here? So what do we have? It's below Stevie's green line. So 216.70, Jerry, is what you're watching. And if price remains below that, you could see a pullback to the 200.77 area. That is the breakout area for the SMHs. So that's what I see when we take a look at it. Prices above all of those resistance areas. Now it is below a key support area, 216.17, and that says you could see a move back to that 200.77 area. That is where it had last broke out. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. No other questions that I can see at this stage of the game. So what else do we want to go look at out here? What is it that Stevie can share with you that would be, we have breaking news. Yeah, but maybe at the Tiger's Den, not the Tiger's Den, in a production room. You guys can get one of those breaking, because I very rarely do I have breaking news. But we've got breaking news out here. You got to love it. What's the breaking news, Steve-O? Alert. There are two new profiles that are attempting to form out here. And one is in the NQ. And it's bullish in structure. So we've got to go back to take a look at those NQ charts out there. Now, I don't know whether this profile is going to hold or not. It's holding right now. And that tells us that you've got key support at 12,380.50. Write that number down on your pad of paper, maybe on a Sharpie in your hand out there. You don't want to lose that number. Well, you'll want to lose it if the profile doesn't form. But right now it's here. Why, if the profile forms, do you not want to lose that number? Well, Ruby, you say I'm sounding bearish today. I'm just really interpreting the charts. I'm just narrating the charts for you and what they say. Now, you're right, though. The charts would be very bearish. Very bearish. They'd be bearish if, in fact, the NQ's profile holds and you see a close below 12,380 today. That, in fact, would be your signal of a change in trend. Wait a minute, Steve-O. Go a little slower. Could you go back to that? Could you please go back to that? I know somebody was asking for that. So the answer is yes. Let's go take a look at it. So how do we put that together? First, let's begin by taking a look at the daily time frame chart for the NQ. Just waiting for this to populate. So what do we know? I'm going to pull this over here. We know that yesterday inside the NQ, and by the way, the same thing for the NDX 100, it was a TD9 count top. Now inside the NQ out here, also wave number 7, letter G. You can see price right now is back inside that consolidation area. So there's your topping signal. You're down below right now. You're down below 12,482. That's a key level of support. The real change in trend becomes if you can close below the bottom of that daily profile. In this case here, more important because it is bullish in structure. So you're going to really want to watch at 12,380.50. And then you've got to check back in with me to see if, in fact, that market profile holds. I won't know until 6:01 p.m. this evening. But assuming that it does, watch that level because that would be a real key area to watch. Somebody asked me yesterday, of the indices, which one would be the one that you would want to go ahead and take a short position on? And remember, we looked for those profiles, and there was nothing new that had formed. It tried to form yesterday morning. And so here, we would say now it's the NQ, if, in fact, the profile holds, and if, in fact, there's a close below 12,380. Inside the ES Mini, it, too, breaking news, is trying to form a new bullish structure daily profile. That gives us support, which is traded into so far, is 36.65 all the way down to 36.41. 36.41 is the bottom of that daily profile. If the ES Mini were to close below that, and if that profile is to hold, that is where you would get your change in trend signal. We're back inside the box. I call it a box, the profile level for the Dow. No topping signal here inside the Dow, but this would just be part of the consolidation with inside that profile. So watch the level of 30,060. The Russell 2000 just has a mind of its own. However, that mind of its own, let's go take a look at it out here. That mind of its own right now has a bearish dark cloud cover signal. That would confirm the sell the D point. But that's not enough. And why is that not enough? When you take a look at this chart, why is it not enough just to generate the bearish reversal candle? You are exactly right. Thank you for answering it like that. It's because you must also see a close below Stevie's green line. If you don't see that, then the message is really neutral. Topping signal, but support holding. So you're going to want to watch that area as well. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Right.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So let's kind of get a recap as to where we're at 1:54 in the afternoon out here. We're taking a look at the 30-minute time frame charts. We're going to see that we are in bar 8. Bar 8 will complete for the ES Mini. Bar 8 will complete for the NQ. Bar 9 will complete for the Dow. And bar 7 will complete for the Russell 2000. The reason that we take a look at that, folks, is that on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9, is where we can see a TD 9 count bottom out there. So you're going to watch this for the next couple of hours. If we don't get those TD 9 count bottoms, in addition to breaking through key levels of support there, that really may be a signal to us. Now, that signal could be that this is just your garden variety 2 to 3 bar pullback, really be 2 to 4 bar pullback out there. That's natural inside of a bull market out there. We don't know until we see things play out. What we do know is we've got valid topping signals. What we do know is we have a new profile that's attempting to form inside the NQ. And if that profile holds, which we don't know if it will, but if it does hold and there's a close below 12,380, the NQ will have generated a change in trend signal. For how long will that change in trend last? We don't know. We'll just simply have to take things one step at a time. So you're going to want to watch that area. And inside the ES Mini, if things get really ugly, you're going to want to watch the 3641 area as well. As far as the metals marketplace is concerned, let's take a quick peek in here before we close out the show. Go take a look at where the current profile levels are at daily and weekly for the most part. And we take a look at the contract here for gold. It looks like gold headed back to the 1779, 1787 area. Currently trading at 1832. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours. You got your favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. After that, Tom O'Brien to take us on home. And I'll be back with you on Thursday. Have a wonderful Wednesday, folks.